everybody's doing really well today. I am so excited to do this video. I started this tag last year and it is based on a booktube tag. The booktube tag is called the mid-year freakout tag. So I figured, we could do a twist on it. So I did the mid-year coloring book freakout tag. And it was super fun last year. A lot of people got involved and also did the video, and I loved watching the responses. So if you enjoy this video, please consider yourself tagged. Please, please, please. I would love to see your responses. I had a blast learning about other people's kind of half-year, mid-year wrap-up and stuff. So if this sounds of interest to you, please consider yourself tagged. And without further ado, let's hop and trot on in. All of the questions are going to be listed down below as well. And I will also link last year, mid-year freakout tag in case anybody's curious. So overall, there are 10 questions. And the first one is, what is the best picture or your favorite picture that you've colored so far in 2022? And I have two. I guess I'm cheating, but I cheated last year too. So the first one, no surprise, I just did this picture. Absolutely love it. It's from Color Morphia by Kirby Rosanas. And it's actually a double page spread, if I can locate it. There we go. So I did this last month, I want to say. Yes. So I love it. It was very much a time commitment, especially with it being a double page spread, let alone from Kirby. But I love this. Definitely a proud mama of this page. I think it turned out really well, in my humble opinion. It is all colored pencils except for the background is a water-based marker. So it seeped through a little bit, but I talked more about that in the May wrap-up. I want more of his books, but I can't justify it just yet because I only have this one colored and one more in here, which is this. But this wasn't done this year, so I can't count it. But absolutely loved working in here. I'm really tempted to come back as well. I like this rabbit page with all the mushrooms. For some reason, this bird is calling to me. Usually I'm not a bird person, but I think you could do a lot of really cool things in here. So that is my first, I'm really proud of this page, kind of page. And the second one I actually almost forgot about because it is a Christmas page, but I finished it this year. So it's from Nice Little Town Christmas Collection by Tatiana Bogima-Stalova. I forgot her name for a second. And I have to say this picture is my favorite because of the experience, not necessarily because of the finished product. But it looks like, whoops, this. So I don't love the finished product, but I really, really enjoyed working on this. And I started working on this page while I was visiting my family in the US for the holidays in 2021. So to me, this is very reminiscent of sitting on the sofa with my mom and like having my family around and just coloring and chit-chatting to everybody. So that's kind of why this picture is really a favorite for me. Don't love the finished product. I really don't like how streaky the black turned out to be. But this picture is sentimental to me and therefore I really, really like it. I did also glitter up the wrapping paper a lot. I did put a lot of detail into it. Like I even shaded his little like neck piece, neck handkerchief here. So I definitely put a lot of effort into this page. And then I was so bummed that at the end I ended up, in my opinion, significantly damaging it with the black outline. And for some reason it's also yellowed. I just realized this when I picked up this book for this video. So don't love that, and it's significantly yellowed. So we'll try to fix that. I love this book. It is the only page I did in here, but I'll definitely end up whipping it out in July, for Christmas in July. This page is really cute. So love me a Christmas book. Honestly, I love the holidays and I would love to color in this all year long, but I don't want to make the holidays less special, kind of. I want the anticipation to still be there for actual like December. So lovely book though. And then moving on to question 2, what is your most colored in book of 2022? And I ended up doing some tallies. There were some close calls, but the winner is my 50 Stylish Mandalas by Camelia Angelkova. So this year I did 20 pages in here so far. So 20 out of 50 were done this year. So that's a 40%. Pretty damn good if I say so myself. But I've also done other pages in here like last year. So I'm actually, let's see what page I'm on. I've done 33 mandalas. I've done 5 this month that I won't show to you. Let's see. Okay. But we can look at the other ones because I've shown them before. So I did this little introductory page. Then I did This Book Belongs To, that I did some very nice yellowing here. And then moving on to, and I'm just going in order. It's a collection of alcohol markers and gel pens. Some of the color palettes I really enjoy, like this one. I love, 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 love a muted color palette. And these were from last year, but I figured I might as well show you all of them. Also like this one. I liked this one, but of course there's yellowing. And with things like this, I don't really care if there's yellowing. Of course, I wish there wasn't, but it's not a deal breaker for me. So, really enjoy this book. I really foresee myself repurchasing it once I finish it, because mandalas, I don't mind coloring multiple times. So, really like this one. This reminds me of the circus, and I think this was a color palette from Creative Haven. They post color palettes on their Instagram. This one's not my favorite. This one's quite basic, but I had a lot of fun. This one I just wanted to use a bunch of gel pens, so there was no color palette in mind, but it is very shiny. Really enjoyed this one as well. This was from April this year. This one has my beloved metallic pen. I hope you could see that. It's amazing. Also a lot of glitter here. I like this one too, nice and purpley. This one kind of screams Christmas to me just a little bit. I think it's because of the green and the red together, but I was going for kind of a floral color palette. I wanted some pinks and then also the green for like the stems and the leaves. You know, whether it's Christmas or floral, I'll leave that up to you. This one I really enjoy. I can't remember if this was a color palette I found or if I had just grabbed random markers. Then I did this one that I guess maybe is a little dark for the season because I did this last month, but I still really like it. I really like this black metallic pen or glitter pen. This was another one that I didn't have a color palette for. It was just quite detailed, so I didn't think alcohol markers would be a good fit for this one. So I just grabbed random gel pens and had a blast with it. So that's why it's all over the place with the color palette and is super bedazzled. Also from last month, for some reason, this screams Grease to me. Don't know why. Maybe it's the blues. And I think this is the last one from last month. Also, I get very much Beach Vacation from this one. But yeah, I thought maybe the next one. But yeah, this is the last one that I'm going to show you. I did do 5 more this month. So check out the upcoming June completed pages if you want to see those. But I love this book. Definitely want to repurchase it once I finish this one, but not yet. Then question 3, newly released coloring book you haven't colored in yet but want to. And I don't actually own these books, but I will kind of plop the covers here on the screen. And they're both by Teresa Goodrich. I own one book by Teresa Goodrich that I absolutely adore. It's an autumn one. So I would love to have her Village Charm book and the Country Kitchen Charm. I want those books so bad. They look so cute. I've seen flips. I've seen some completed pages. And they're not expensive. Like Teresa Goodrich books are all quite affordable because, you know, they are, is it Creative Haven? Yeah, Creative Haven. But I don't want to be purchasing any books in the next couple of months or purchasing very minimal books because I will be moving and I don't want to be moving with extra coloring books. So that is the reason I don't have those two. But mark my words, I will buy them once I move. I might even like buy them and have them shipped before I'm actually there, because I would love to have those two, and they're both released the first half of this year, and I want them. Basically anything but Teresa Goodridge is an auto buy for me now, even though I have only one of her books. But the only reason I have only one is because I'm really, really holding back on my purchasing. Next one is question 4. And what is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year? For me, and I'm sure for a lot of people as well, it is Johanna Basford's Rooms of Wonder. It's coming out on October 6th of this year. I haven't pre-ordered it yet. Again, I'm moving. I don't know where I'll be located. I don't know my upcoming address, but I will most likely be getting it. I love Worlds of Wonder, and I've seen little previews of Rooms of Wonder on like her Instagram, and it looks amazing. And I love Johanna Basford's style. Again, basically anything that woman puts out is an auto buy for me. But I saw that Rita Berman is coming out with a new book, and that one looks beautiful as well. Question 5. Favorite new artist or publishing company that you discovered in 2022? So it doesn't have to be like an actual new artist, but somebody that is new to you. And I, for the first time this year, tried out Hannah Carlson, which I know it's kind of shocking because basically everybody and their mother has some of her books, but I never have. And I figured, why not start by getting her newest release, which is this one. I always forget the name of it. I don't believe it's released on American Amazon yet. I pre-ordered it off of the Swedish website where she was selling it. Basically paid an arm and a leg in like shipping and everything, but that's fine. So this book is not my favorite. I think she has better books, and I did do a full flip of this one if you want to see it. I think she has better books, but I'm just so engrossed and in love with her art style that I have to shout out this book. I've done 2 pages. I did this one this month, so I guess it's a bit of a preview, but it is already on my Instagram, so I've already spoiled it. But this was a buddy color, and I really enjoyed it. I'm kind of surprised myself with how bright I went with this page, but why not? So that was the second page I did. The first one that I did was this one, and this was done in April. So I really enjoy it. And there's a bunch of pages that I want to do in here. Definitely not everything, because there's a lot of steampunk in here, like maybe this. I'm not a steampunk kind of gal, but there's a lot of more like florally pages that I would love to do. Even like this here is not too steampunk. Yeah, so, but yeah, if you want to hear more of my opinions or a full flip, I want to do this page because of the flowers. You can watch the full flip that I did and where I talk about more about everything in this book. But of course, I now want to buy more from her. Shocker. But again, I'm going to hold off on waiting until I move. So I'm filming this end of June, and I think so far this year I have purchased and kept, because I have returned some books, purchased and kept, oh gosh, maybe 5 or 4 books altogether, which honestly is quite good for me. Because like last year I would get 5 or 4 books maybe every month. So the fact that I've only gotten that many in 6 months, quite impressed with myself. I think that speaks more about my shopping habits, but separate topic. And then question 6, did you try any new coloring techniques this year? And I did. I'm dabbling more in grayscale. So grayscale is something that I dabbled in just a little bit last year. I did one picture around the holidays, a Christmas page. And the Kirby page had a little bit of like his dashing, right? That's not really grayscale, but a little bit in the same genre. I'm currently working on a page in Lady Spring, which is one of the 5 or 4 books that I purchased this year. Don't regret it. I think it's amazing. So this is the page that I'm currently working on. So I guess also a preview, but obviously is not completed. But I wanted to point it out because it does have the grayscaling, and I'm really trying to work with it, and kind of, let it peek through. For example, here in the flowers, it is more covered up here, for example, in the stems and the leaves. So I'm curious to see how her dress turns out, because I'm not using any markers here. As you could see, it's all pencils. And I feel like a lot of the time grayscaling is aimed more at marker users, but I'm working with it and we'll see how it goes. I don't know what smudged here, but something did. But so far, I'm enjoying it. I don't necessarily love the gray cast that it leaves. I like knowing where the shadow should go, but sometimes the gray shadow, I feel it can make the color look a little bit more dirty. So I feel like it's definitely a toss-up, and maybe with more experience, I can learn what colors look good with grayscale underneath and what colors don't really. So any tips and tricks for grayscale for me, do let me know. The picture that I did in December, I think it was December, using grayscale, I used alcohol markers on, so it was a little bit of a different experience. But there's a couple of grayscale pictures in here, so I definitely want to be able to work with them, right? Because this book is stunning. So the next questions, I guess I don't really have a book for. Well, I do for 7. But that's about it. So question 7 is, what book do you want to finish the most this year? Not surprising, it's my 50 stylish mandalas that I just showed you. I want to finish it because I am so close to being done with it. I have 17 mandalas left. Let's see. I have 16 mandalas left, right? So 17 mandalas left. I can do it, considering the fact that I did 5 this month already. I might do another one. It's definitely feasible. And then I will do a full flip on my channel, as I do with all of my completed books. And then I will toss it. I am not moving cross-continentally with a completed coloring book. That to me seems like a waste. But I'll still do a full flip and I will post it and everything like that. But this is definitely a book I want to finish. I would love to also finish maybe one of my Hatchet Heroes color by numbers, but I don't know if that's too realistic, because I am maybe 30% done, 40% done with some of them. So I don't know if it's a feasible goal, but this one definitely is. And then question 8 is going to be a quick one. Have you completed any coloring books this year? No. I have not, which is embarrassing to me, because last year I believe I had finished 2 at this point. So yeah, and when I was putting together like the coloring books and things like that for this video, I was actually a little bit disappointed in how much I have colored this year, and the type of coloring that I did this year as compared to last year. But this year I'm just also so much more busy than I was last year. So it makes sense, but yeah, I'm definitely not keeping up with as much coloring as I did last year, but things happen, right? Question 9, is there any coloring book you bought this year that you regret? Yes, but I no longer have it, actually. I'm just gonna put this in front so you don't have the glare. But I purchased a book and actually did a full flip of it, and you can kind of hear me in the video being like, I don't know about this one. And it is the 105 Mandalas by Tatiana Bogima Stolova. I was so pumped when I saw that book because, as I mentioned, I love her Nice Little Town books. The Valentine's Day book that she put out this year, so sweet. I will definitely be buying that one. So when I saw the mandala one, I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I love her stuff. I love a mandala. Let's go. So I bought it and I was quite shocked by the quality of the mandalas. First of all, they were very inconsistent. And then some of them were so detailed to the point where I feel like even a gel pen would be like too thick of a method of coloring. And again, I did a full flip of the book. If you like it, that's wonderful. I wish I did. But I ended up returning it because after thinking about it, I was like, I'm not going to color in it. And as I said, I have much less time this, like the last couple of months than I usually have for coloring. Therefore, I have to prioritize, and that book would not have been a priority. And with the move, I don't know if I even would have kept it or if I would have passed it on when I was moving. So I was like, I might, like, it's basically a waste of money. So I ended up returning it to Amazon. Again, if you like it, wonderful. It was not for me. I thought it was too detailed. If you're looking for a quality, really great Mandala book, Camelia Angelkova will do you no wrong. And then the last question. If you could recommend any coloring book that was released this year, what would it be? And I would say this bad boy here. So I know I said it's not my favorite book of hers, and it's not, but it's still very nice. And it's a Hannah Carlson, so you know it's gonna be great. And the two pictures that I've colored in here, I've just really, really enjoyed. So if you can get your hands on this book, and I think it will be on American Amazon at some point, I would highly recommend this one. Even if you don't love all the pages, in full honesty, I don't. But still, there's a lot of really cool pictures in here. I really like this one too. And it will be even interesting to take ones like this that is definitely out of my comfort zone. I don't enjoy metals. I don't enjoy steampunk. And maybe try to make it more my style and edit it somehow. Maybe draw things in or black things out. I don't know. So if you're able to get your hands on this book, I would highly recommend it. It's a sweet little dragon. So that is actually it. Those are the 10 questions. I will link all of the books down below. I will link the video from last year down below, questions, anything like that. But yes, please consider yourself tagged, and I would love to see everybody's responses. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.